Hi, welcome to your midweek minutes for Module 3. And this week we're looking at states and traits that influence organizational behavior. And I want to focus a little bit in on personality because in your experiencing OB assignment, you're going to be taking a personality test and evaluating how that influences your effectiveness as a manager. And so I wanted to talk about that a little bit more because I think there's a lot of misconceptions about personality, and some of those misconceptions are promoted by people in the training and development areas. And so I want to be pretty clear about, I think there's some nuances that we have to understand about personality to, really use that information effectively to enhance management of organizations. So one thing that I see that I really don't like a lot is different personality tests that make personality kind of an either-or type of proposition. You're either introverted or you're extroverted. You're either emotionally stable or you're neurotic. Okay, and a lot of these tests, like the Myers-Briggs or the DISC, they give people feedback that make them think it is an either-or proposition. And personality, like many things, it exists on a continuum. There's gradients of conscientiousness and gradients of extroversion, and most people fall somewhere in the middle. And I don't think it's very useful for us to really say to a person, you're an introvert or you're an extrovert, and all of these things apply to you and all of these other things apply somewhere else. So please, as you're taking these personality tests, think about, as you're taking this personality test, please think about how your personality really does fall on a continuum and it's not an either-or proposition. Another nuance of how personality influences behavior in organization is the fact that it really interacts and depends upon the situation. So we need to not only think about personality and say that all people like this, behave this way all the time. How people behave depends on both their personality and the situation. And we've known this in the organizational sciences for quite some time. Kurt Lewin, who you've read about in your textbook, said long ago that behavior depends upon both the trait and the situation. And so some situations are strong situations. They're highly structured, and they really influence how people behave, and your personality doesn't matter that much in that situation. So examples of strong situations are things like a military boot camp. Okay, you are told where to do something, when to do something, how to do something, in a very forceful, compelling manner. And so it really doesn't really matter what type of person you are. Unless you're really at an extreme, you're going to conform to the demands of that situation. Other situations are weaker situations, okay, where there isn't a lot of structure imposed by the situation. And in those situations, people's personalities are more likely to influence their behavior. Also, some situations are matched to some types of personality. So we talk about how to design jobs and that it can be beneficial to give people autonomy. Well, that's true, but some people deal with that autonomy better than others. People who are high in conscientiousness, who are timely with their work and thinking about the orderliness of their work, tend to work better in those situations where they're given more decision-making power, more autonomy. So again, sometimes we can look at how we match a personality to a particular situation, and that situation will make particular traits more relevant. And when we're managing people, that's something we should be thinking about. Is this situation really relevant or highlight the strengths of this personality? So those are just a couple things I want you to think about. Again, just to summarize, personality isn't an either or. It's a continuum. And the effects of personality really depend upon the situation. And those are things perhaps you should think about as you're taking this personality test and reflecting upon it in your experiencing OB assignment. Well, I hope all's going well. I've been meeting with your best practices group, and we'll continue to do that this week. I've got everybody scheduled. Hooray! If you didn't make one of those meetings, you're missing out, and this is an important part of your course grade, 20% of the course grade. So if you're not actively participating in your best practices group, you may be compromising your course grade. So please contact me if you have any questions. Okay, take care. Talk to you later.